Hello, this is post commentary. So I just want to plug now the screenshots that I do show are of a level 20 ship, i.e., tier 4 ship. So when I say it's tier 6 in the video, I do apologize. These are the only screenshots I've been given, and I believed he told me it was a tier 6. However, they're not, they're a tier 4. So just bear that in mind. When I say tier 6, I'm referring to the tier 4 screenshots above. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to me, and joining me back on another video of Ship Talks. I was going to do a video on the events today, however the events are a little dull today. They're exactly the same as yesterday in terms of the hostile hunt, and you obviously have that ascension, which gives you the possibility and the chance to potentially basically level up your station. And yeah, we're not going to focus on that though today. We're going to be looking at a ship within, once again, STFC.space, and that ship's going to be the Kelvin today. So that is what we're going to be focusing on today. The screenshots, as always, will be posted above my head right there, as and when they are needed throughout the video. What we're going to focus mainly on today is the website, as the website does pretty much show everything you need to. We will do a visual in terms of what the ship looks like in game, probably in a minute or so, or maybe even at the end of the video. So if you want to see what it looks like in game, then obviously stick around for when that appears, essentially. But yeah, we'll probably do it probably in a minute or so once we've sort of got the little bits out the way with. But yeah, so looking at the Kelvin itself, the Kelvin is basically the counterpart to the Valdor. So it's the level 42 ship that essentially the Federation get for that sort of level / tier, whatever you want to call it. The Kelvin is a interceptor style ship, as you can see by the designation at the top. It is an interceptor, also maxes out at tier 12, not level, tier 12, as pretty much most of these ships now do for this sort of level or tier. They start maxing out at this level. The screenshots above, as always, I will show you them. They are for, I believe, a tier 6. I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a tier 6 Kelvin. So they will be above. But as comparison, we will be comparing from costs from tier 1 all the way to tier 6 and how much in total it will cost you to get there, as most of the people I've spoke to will probably get their level 42 ships, it seems, to around about the tier 6 mark / tier 5. But tier 6 seems to be very, very common with getting these ships around that sort of level. So that's why we're going to stick with it. And we're going to show you what it costs to upgrade from level or tier 1 all the way up to tier 6. And then obviously the level that goes with it, which is level 30. So yeah, so the ship has the ability of this ship is essentially inventive strategy. When defending at the start of each round, the USS Kelvin increases the shield piercing, armor piercing, and accuracy of the ship and defense platform by 30%. It's actually a very defensive ship. That's the point of this ship. It's defensive. And when you get it to level 30, as you can see here, you get a bonus of 79%, which is quite nice. Obviously, it starts out at level 1 at 30, and then level 2 goes up to 60. So you basically wanted to get it to level 2 straight away. But at level 30, if you go into tier 6, you can get it to 79%. Moving on down, you're going to need a total of 198,000 Federation credits to unlock this ship. As each blueprint costs 1,320, and the requirement is 150 in total. And then it takes 150 days. Again, bearing in mind when I do say all of this, this is without any research applied. This is without anything applied to it. This is the base raw cost of everything within the game. And when it comes to the likes of the weapons upgrades and things like the repair cost, we'll show you them above, but they will be with obviously the research and everything else applied to it. So take it from both of them essentially. But this will give you the raw cost rough range of what you're going to need roughly. It will be significantly less. However, if your research is up to point and on top of things, you should be perfectly fine. It's still going to cost a fortune, but you should be in a better place than what these raw costs show. But yeah, moving on down. So you're going to need base rate. You're going to need 25 million trit, 1.6 million dil. You're going to need 2,450 4-star common gas, and you're going to need 7,000 common crystal. Again, 4-star. You obviously requirements in terms of research. You're going to need a level 42 shipyards, and you're also going to need the grade 4 research unlocked as well, i.e. the grade 4 ship research, and that only goes to level 1. So moving on down, you've got then the total cost of this ship, which from tier 1 to tier 6, as you can see here, without any modifiers, is going to be 75.1 billion trit is needed, 2.91 billion dil. You're going to need 951,000 common interceptor parts. You're going to need 249,000 uncommon interceptor parts. You're going to need 27,415 common refined gas and 44,500 uncommon refined gas, 374,000 refined crystal, and 101,000 uncommon refined crystal. So as you can see, the cost of this ship is incredibly high. So getting it to this level is not going to be easy. You are going to need to save a butt ton of crystal, it seems, to be able to get this ship up to tier 6. Again, without any modifiers, you will obviously see a much reduced cost compared to this when you obviously add all your research and so on within the game. In terms of the repair costs, 516 million, 12.9 million. Again, repair costs are going to be above right now, showing you what it actually costs in real life, essentially. Moving on down, you're going to get the different capabilities or different weapons. And again, I'm not going to go through all of these like I just did then. But if you want to, you can obviously pause the screen. You can have a little quick look. We will sort of point out a couple that you're going to need. Obviously, you're going to need 49,000 interceptor parts for each weapon. In terms of the photon torpedoes, they are both kinetic as well. Just bear that in mind. And then you're going to need 20,800 of the refined crystal, uncommon as always. Then you got the phaser turret, which is 15,000 uncommon refined crystal. Again, 37,000 uncommon interceptor parts. Moving on down to the shield and all of the engine warp impulse, so on and so on. We'll move on from that because what I want to show you, again, if you want to see all these, please pause the video, have a little peek, see what the stats are for all these. And throughout all this, I will post all of the different screenshots above of all the actual real life research that you're going to need. I believe it's from tier 6 to tier 7, so just bear that in mind when you see the costs of the things above. I will post them literally all over the screen, pretty much like now. They'll all be there now. Okay, moving on down. So in terms of the warp range for this ship, where is it? Where is the warp range? Warp range. So going to the warp range for this ship, you're going to obviously want to get the warp range up. At tier 6, you should be in or around the 150 mark, which is pretty decent. You're going to start off with 85 and then go all the way to 150 around tier 6. If you do max this ship out at tier 12, which I don't know if anyone's ever done that, but if you have or want to do that, then you're going to get a warp range of 210, which is pretty decent overall. Anything over 100 is not too bad unless you're going stupidly far into obviously deep space. Then you're obviously going to need higher. And 150 is around a decent ballpark for that type of thing. In terms of the levels, obviously we went through these before, but yeah, you get different levels. You get the XP needed to get to level 30 will be 1.64 million XP is going to be needed in total to get it to level 30 for this ship. Shouldn't be too hard if you're going to use it to hit hostiles and so on and so on. It shouldn't be too hard if you have the right crew setup, i.e. Pike and such like that, as they boost obviously XP for the ship. I'm trying to keep this video not too long. But if you have a level 30, for example, I'll show you what you get if you scrap it. You also need a level 55 scrapyard. So you're going to need to be obviously significantly higher to scrap the ship if you obviously have it unlocked at 42. But what you get back at level 30, if you decide that's it, I'm not going to do any more, you're going to get 6 billion trip back, 292 million dilithium, but you're going to get 5-star common intercept parts back, 19,000 to be precise. You're going to get off 1,500 essentially uncommon intercept parts. These are all 5-star now. You're going to get 1,000 refined gas, 85 uncommon refined gas, common refined crystal, 23,000 of it, and 189 uncommon refined crystal. Again, being able to go towards either other ships or alternatively, whether I don't know if this is potentially 5-star researchers in the game as well. And then it gives you the fire and patterns, so on and so on. If you haven't utilized this website as of yet, then I do highly recommend it. It is a great website to utilize just to get the facts, the data, the raw data, the base data that you're going to need to start saving now, ready to when you get to these levels that you can unlock the ships. And it is incredibly useful to use this website for them purposes. Hopefully this video has been somewhat informative. Let's have a little look and a peek at the ship itself, and we can move on from there. So here's the ship in the background, as you can see. It is a very nice ship, to be fair. It's a nice ship in the sense that, you know, it's very much like the Saladin, but it's the actual Kelvin class itself, i.e. the one from obviously the film, the latest of the Star Trek films. So this is the Kelvin itself. It's like I say, it is quite a nice and sort of unique ship, other than the Saladin looking very similar to it, but it doesn't have the 2 nacelles. It only has the 1. But yeah, it's a very generic, as such, Federation style of vessel. They all look virtually the same, somewhat. There's slight differences, but they all do look virtually the same. But yeah, hit this video with a like, a subscribe, and as always, comment down below what your thoughts are of the Kelvin. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.